Hi. So in the last video, we have discussed about the Lang ecosystem. We have gone through what each component does at high level: Lang chain, Lang graph, Lang Smith, and Lang search. And also from the application perspective, we have seen two flavors of application: Lang chain and Lang graph. So for simplicity, I'm just sticking to the Lang chain version here. So where we have built LLM application using Lang chain. So user sends a query to the chain and the chain responds, and then the output is captured here. So the model response and the output captured. So but this is not a real-time application as we discussed in the last video. Now we will add one more layer of thing to this whole application, memory. So what is memory? Memory is categorized into two things here: short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory means it is a conversational memory. Like if you open any chat GPT application, you see in the sessions, that's a short-term memory. And long-term memory is the one which where the application remembers few of the words, keywords throughout the entire chart history, all the sessions. So let's say in session one, you repeat a word 10 times, like transformers architecture. In session two, you repeated the word FFmpeg like 10 times. And in session three, so like that, per session, it picks some important keywords and stores it in a memory called long-term memory. So this is the long-term helpful. Long-term memory is helpful in maintaining the overall context. So in other words, you can tell short-term is your project details or overall project details of your entire career, and long-term is like resume. It's just a snapshot of your entire career, and short-term is what has happened in each specific project. Okay, so this is how our application uses short-term and long-term and feeds that to user query and finally generates the response along with the user prompt. Now you will be sending your conversational history and long-term memory. Not entire long-term memory will be sent. We'll be seeing that the technique. So on that note, let's start the coding example. So here I am building a short-term memory, and that short-term memory is in local. Local means which is not persistent. As soon as the application got restarts or application get killed, you will not see that history. But this for simple conversational start, we can start with this. So for that, I am importing two important libraries from the lang chain. One is chart history, in memory chart history message, and one is runnable with message history. Runnable is nothing but a thread execution of the block. Okay, so these three remain same from previous example. So again, I am using same thing. I am loading the key, and then I am just designing a chart prompt template, and I'm initializing the model, and then I'm initializing the output parser, and finally I'm building a chain here, and then I will be invoking the chain. But before invoking the chain, we need to attach memory to this chain. So what will chain with memory is equal to runnable with message, the basic chain plus the session history. So we're expanding our chain functionality. So before prompt, uh, you just go and collect add abstract all the history. So what this get session history does, so it goes, so this is my variable where my entire history is stored. Store variable key value pair, and key is the session id and value is the entire conversation history of that session id. So based upon the session id, I'm returning the entire conversation history here, and this is the built-in function. So here you will see how, I mean, this is the library provided. Here entire thing is maintained inside the lab. You don't need to append to the memory. You don't need to append the input and output everything to the memory. So you just simply use this particular variable. So again, what goes inside the memory? So inside the memory, both user input as well as output goes to the memory. So this short-term memory will have both the user query and the output text comes here. And again, the next iteration user query and not both. So conversation history. I'm not just storing just the input, whole conversation history, input and output. Okay. So that is maintained here in memory chart message history. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm putting a basic chain, and to that chain I'm attaching the memory, and to that memory I'm just invoking. So this I'm running a while loop, and then just goes. Okay. This is a session ID. So in order to test this, I have built one UI application. So this is called as I can show you here. It is, yeah. So this is my UI application here. So here I'm just telling my session ID is Maigha product lines. It's the same code. I'm just adding some UI to test it instead of from command line. And now this is a streamlit, and then I'm telling okay, this is the session state. You show it here, and then you response load the session, and that is the active session. The simple UI with the help of streamlit framework just to test whether it is saving the history or not from testing perspective. Okay, so I have already launched the UI here. So so let's go to the UI part. Yeah, so this is my UI, Maigha chart. So already the active session is Maigha product lines. So now I'll simply say hi. My name is Suresh, and I work for Maigha organization. Okay. So now this information is stored in our local history. It is not from the response model response. So now if you can tell me, you can ask me what is my name. My name is Suresh. So it is remembering my name because it is my name is not trained to the model as of now. It is just part of the conversation history. So you can now ask where do I work? So yeah, I work for the Maigha organization. You can tell Maigha works for SaaS products, or you can tell Maigha builds SaaS products. So we can tell again what products Maigha builds. Yep. See, just want to clear one thing. So whatever question I am asking, so the response generated by the model is with the help of conversation history. So the model is not trained on Maigha. Okay. So they just want to see how conversation history helps you to feed some data apart from storing the typical uh, conversation history. Okay. So let's see if you just refresh here, the entire history is gone because the history is sitting in a local variable called store. So once the application gets restart, so all the memories get lost. So now we need to see fix this problem. So for that we will see how to build a sh- short-term memory on a DB, on a vector DB. So we'll go through that code. So this is a short-term memory. So you need to install the SQL schema. So here you, instead of storing the memory inside a local variable, you will be storing inside a DB. So for that, you need to import these two variables: SQL message history, chart message history, and then you need to use these two things: SQL Alchemy. You need to install this pip install LangChain community SQL Alchemy. So once these two things, there are a lot of other DBs available. You can use MySQL, or you can use any other Chroma, all those things. But SQL is one which is maintained for chart history especially. So the code remains same, everything remains same. The chain, you are attaching the chain, getting session history, but only thing is now the session history is fetching the message not from the local, it is fetching from the DB. So this is my DB path: chart data, SQL chart history. A database is maintained here locally, and create engine. So here a DB is created, and all the conversation history you are doing is storing into the DB on this name of session ID, and connection is equal to. So all we are doing is we are replacing the local code with the DB. So this way, what happens when you restart the application is persistent, and you can see the conversation whenever you type. Okay. So so everything remains the same. So let's run the UI code for it. So this is my UI code. I mean, the same example what I have shown, SQL short-term memory. I have just written a layer of UI to test it instead of testing from console. So here my chart name is Maigha chart, and the default session ID is Maigha session. So for now there is no chart history maintained here. So yeah, the chart, this is empty. I just launched using the UI. So let's see what's there if you launch it using the UI. So this is my app now. So there is no session history. There is no chart conversation history. So let's build some history here. Same thing. Okay. Hi, my name is Suresh, and okay, let's see. Okay, what is my name? Selling. Your name is Suresh. I work for Maigha as a CEO. Okay, where do I work? You work for Maigha as a CEO. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now this is I'm building on some conversation history. So earlier, when you refresh, the history is gone because it is local in the local variable running in the Python, in the RAM, CPU RAM. Now this is like a persistent memory. So it is the each session history is stored in a particular a DB which is running locally. So you can see here. So the DB is maintained here. It's SQL chart. You can not open, but if you have any DB viewer, you can use the DB. You can view the DB. Okay. So now just let's refresh and see if the conversation history is coming. You can see. So after refresh, every time I refresh, it is connecting to my DB and all the conversation history is getting load. So this is called persistent memory. So you can also create a new session. Let's say my demo. This is my session. So load session. So now I can build. Hey, I work for SaaS products. Okay. So now let's ask. So because this is a different session ID, if you ask what is my name, I don't have information about your name. Could you please tell me your name? So see, this is because we don't have any long-term memory. So we have a lot of sessions. So the earlier session is Maigha session. So in that session, I stored my product name, what is my name, and what is about. Here, I did not maintain any conversation history. I'm just telling what I work for. So that is the reason it is not able to fetch because the conversation history is maintained per session. It is not shared across the sessions. Okay. So to solve this purpose, we need a long-term memory. Now we will see how to build a long-term memory. So to build long-term memory, so it's not that straightforward. For example, in the short-term memory, persistent short-term memory. So we in the DB we are storing directly the raw text. If you can see here, so the entire chart history in the DB we are storing the entire content of the session ID as a raw text. So we are not doing any embeddings. Embeddings means converting text into numerical representation. Indirectly, we are compressing the data. So why we are compressing data is to do some mathematical operations on that particular data, the text converted data, text to numerical converted data. So why we want to do embeddings for the history? So as I mentioned, this is a long-term memory. So we have to store all the conversation history across the sessions. It's not just one particular sessions. So it will be the DB will be overflown. So here we are borrowing a concept of embedding. So here where we will be using OpenAI embeddings. Okay, the model embedding name is text embedding 3. So you have to remember this is not a model text generative model. This model purpose is just to embed. Embed means converting whatever text user is entering into numerical representation. So here I am maintaining one more called long-term memory. So here it is very simple. This is the vector store. So for the vector store I'm using is Chroma. So earlier I have used SQL chart message history and then create engine. So these two are for short term, and for long term I'm using a Chroma DB. So it's like I am having two DBs now. So one DB is for short term, one DB is for long term, and in the long term I am maintaining the entire conversation history summary as embeddings, not as raw text. Why? It's because I'll let you know in a minute. So this is my embedding model. How you embed using text embedding 3. And where do I store the embeddings or the vector? This is the location, and this is how you initialize the engine. So embedding function, persistent trend is the chroma DB vector store. So what happens here is all the history is passed, all the conversation history across the sessions is passed to this DB, and then as a numerical input. And here we are doing some search called similarity search, and here we are giving the top three words. So let's say in the conversation history there are a lot number of words, but based upon the current context and what you're talking, it will fetch the top three results. It will not give the entire conversation history. It will not give. So since as in the name itself is shows long term, we don't need the entire conversation history. We just need keywords based upon the current context. So that is how you do. So it's very simple. You are just retrieving from the conversation history the top 3 5 words. How you do? So you need to save the long term. You need to add the text to the session ID, and then you need to this recall means it is invoking that it will give you the top 3 words. Like here it is just this is the chroma db is a retriever here. So this retriever will give us the top 3 words, and you need to after that you need to save. You need to keep appending the long term memory too. So this is what you do. So here you need to recall the long term memory. So to this to the user question, you will be sending the long term memory, as well as this chain is already having the short term memory. So if you go to the chain with memory, so this chain with memory is already having the short term memory. Now along with the short term memory, you will pass in the long memory. So what is this long memory? It is calling recall long memory based upon user input. So based upon the user input, it will select from the entire conversation history of all the sessions the best 3 to 5 words and tell us the answer. So how it select? That is based upon the mechanism similarity search. Okay. So this is how you create a long-term memory with the help of embeddings, and before the user input you give that embeddings. So now I have written a UI code for this. The UI code looks like this. It's almost the same, just I'm adding some UI components to test the code. So now I already now for reason my chart data is stored. So you have long term memory and you have, so both these dbs are empty now. You don't have any entries. So to make it simple, I just want to start it clean again, so I can populate both short term long term memory at a time. So for the demo purpose it will be easy. So now you can just launch this. This is the session I launched. So default session is Maigha session. Okay. So now I can tell here, hi, my name is Suresh. Okay. It is responding hi. Okay. I work for Maigha. Okay. So now this is one session. Now let's create a new session called Maigha demo, and then create that session. So earlier we have seen this session doesn't have any information of the previous session. So you have two sessions here, Maigha demo and Maigha session. So in the Maigha session, we have this conversation history, and now I am switching to this Maigha demo. And in the Maigha demo, I'm building the conversation history now. So in the earlier means in the where there is an only short term memory, but there is no long term memory. There you can see if I type what is my name, it will not give. But here if you see what is my name, so it will respond now. Why? Yes, it's because this Suresh is stored in the long term memory. So the entire conversation history across the sessions is stored in the long term memory called Chroma DB, and based upon the user input, it fetches meaningful information from the retriever from the conversation history. So if I ask where do I work, yeah, you work for Mike. So now if you refresh, so the entire conversation history is loaded now. So this by default it loads a Maigha session, and if I switch to this Maigha demo session, it will switch here. So this is like, and it's like basically typical any AI conversation chatbot like ChatGPT, like of things, where you switch across the sessions and the memory is shared across the sessions. So that is the advantage of the long-term memory. So hope you are able to catch up with this long-term memory and short-term memory, which is very useful in building the real-time AI applications. So yeah, so we have completed this part now. So now tomorrow in the coming session, we will see how to add a RAG, a retrieval augmented session, augmented knowledge base for this. It is more or less similar to a long-term memory, but we need some additional steps. So we'll look into that later. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.